Hey guys, Leo K here. I've heard it said that we should be the change we seek in the world, and I've spent a few months hoping and wishing that the Assassin's Creed subreddit would experience a rise in quality content, like the good old days. If you were on the AC sub before Odyssey's release, and you remained in its ecosystem post-release, you will have noticed a remarkable difference in the quality of both posts and comments, as well as a decrease in both the frequency and the recognition of crafted, thought-out articles and discussions. I want to take a short while to make some observations, talk about some things I've noticed. I'm under no delusion that this will fix anything, because I'm not really offering solutions, just offering observations, but it's an itch I've had for some time, and I'd like to address it, so I'm addressing it. First, Reddit as a framework only supports 2 stickied posts at a time. Individual subreddits cannot change their own rules on this. They are forced onto and beholden to this generic rule that Reddit overall uses. On a site that permits individual subreddits to customize nearly everything else, you would hope that this is something the site would be more flexible on as well, but it isn't. You would hope for it, because I strongly believe a limit of 2 stickied posts or megathreads is something that is damaging to the Assassin's Creed subreddit. Another way to phrase it is that, because of the lack of additional sticky slots, some of our ideas for healing this ecosystem cannot come to pass, because they're simply barred by the structure of the platform we're based on. I'll talk a bit more about that later, but for now, just keep in mind that 2 sticky slots are not enough. Second, we're going to patrol the subreddit and take a look at the majority of its posts. On my current monitor, I can display about 19 posts on the same screen. We'll take a look at the 100 most recent posts. Now, we're not going to do this looking at hot, and the reason we're not going to look at hot is because, to put it one way, hot is where the data is already partly processed. Hot contains all the posts that Reddit structure and algorithms and the upvotes of the specific subreddit's community want you to be looking at. It's where you go to get the best content at a glance, which means the data is innately being misrepresented, and that's not useful to us. What we're going to do is we're going to look at new. And the reason we're looking at new is because data here is much more raw. When you look at new, this is what matters for the actual health of the subreddit, because here you get to see all the posts that are actually being made in a much more one-to-one manner. It's a much more accurate representation of the types of posts that are happening, even though it's not perfect. Before we start, I want you to keep something in mind. I want you to keep in mind why it's not perfect. The Assassin's Creed subreddit has Auto Moderator, which is a tool that automatically flags and removes certain kinds of posts already if they don't belong here. So we're already seeing less of the low-quality posts than people are actually making. I repeat, people are making worse posts than what will be on display here. As I'm not a moderator, I have no way to see that, and I bless that fact because if I did, I may go insane. Next, speaking of going insane, the AC subreddit has a team. They have a team of flesh and blood moderators. Real human beings. You know, they read through posts, they use their judgment, they manage the subreddit's ecosystem as best they can, and if you heard some of the horror stories these people have to tell you, you would feel sorry, I promise. Now, we have 2 lines of defense against low quality or useless posts. Remember that. Compared to the stuff the mods and auto moderator sees, we have it pretty good. Now, anyone can make a post on an online community, but not all posts are created equal. There is a difference between posts that empower discussion and engagement, and posts that are purely self-serving, right? Like posts that have a short lifetime. So if someone makes a post analyzing the state of present day, or giving us narrative insight into first civilization history, or, dissecting the ways different gameplay mechanics affect the experience, that is something very, very different from a post asking about why a Ubisoft Club unlock isn't working, or a post asking about a glitch, or a post asking about an outfit or a gear item. These kinds of posts tend to have very short lifespans because they are fixable problems with solutions that make discussing them redundant. What I'm saying is that as opposed to a genuine discussion post, something like asking how to unlock a ship lieutenant from UB Club dies very quickly, right? Because there's nothing to discuss after it's been resolved, which means that it is inherently a lower quality, lower worth post than a heartfelt call to action or a deep insight into an element of the games. One type of post engages with the games themselves, and the other engages with meta external layers that don't really have all that much to do with the actual reason this place exists. I'm being harsh, but I'm being harsh because it's necessary. No one benefits by looking away from the truth. Now, what I mentioned earlier is I can display about 19 posts on the same screen, right? So let's just go through and start crossing out all the posts that, in my opinion, or actually, let's put it another way. I'm going to go through and I'm going to start crossing out every single post that I wouldn't engage with. Every post that, as I scroll through the subreddit, I just ignore. Now, once upon a time, the amount of posts I ignored was actually very small. There were very few posts I would actually not look at. Let's see how it compares today. So, AC photo mode, black screen glitch. This is a glitch. I don't care about discussing this. State of the AC community. Humor. I might look at this. Assassin's Creed accidentally reminds us that we're not an assassin. I don't really care about this. Criticism to AC Odyssey. I mean, no. Reckon I'll like Curse of the Pharaohs if I don't want too much fantasy. This is okay. Do people using the Animus experience genetic memories in third person? This is okay. Looking back on AC Unity, maybe. Just getting back to the AC franchise, I don't care. Club rewards, I don't care. The book series, not really. How come you can cut through armor? Is it realistic? I don't care. Problems with DLC? I don't care. I realize the solution to a common complaint in Unity? Yeah, maybe useful. Will I enjoy AC Origins if I enjoy these factors from Odyssey? Maybe. Maybe I'll leave that. AC Odyssey is a pleasant surprise. This has 0 and 2 comments. I might look at this, but honestly, no. Are the community challenge unlockables available in any other way? Again, this doesn't have to do with the game. It has to do with tech support. What's the current fastest way to level up now in Odyssey? This kind of question is irrelevant. Why do you need to know this? Like, I don't understand this kind of question. Just play the game. The fastest way to level is to finish your main quest. The fastest way to level is to just do all golden side quests on the map. Who is your favorite AC protagonist? This doesn't really, I mean, no, I'll put that back. This is fine. Legacy of the First Blade, Episode 3 release date. This is irrelevant. I don't care about it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I do have 19 on screen, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so out of 19 posts on quote-unquote page 1, I only care about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and I've been generous with some of them, right? So page 1, 7 out of 19. Let's move on to page 2. On personal reference, I'll put a 2 on the side of the screen for myself. Okay. Spoiler, ending of DLC. Maybe. Persian war galleys cruising about. Maybe. Has Ubisoft Sofia proven themselves as a good developer for AC? Maybe. Can someone explain to me level scaling in Odyssey? No, fuck that. Opinions on Assassin build? Fuck that. Rogue Remastered has been released on disc. Okay, cool, great. That's kinda nice. Explain the loot system, please. Maybe. Remove armor glitch. Fuck that. Tech support. Fuck that. Pricing. Fuck that. Got a weird or a Helcom store item. Fuck that. My current issue with the franchise. Maybe. Season pass help. Tech support. Worthless. Can I still get outfits locked to initiates? Worthless. Tech support. Worthless. I think I read this post and I neither upvoted nor downvoted it, which meant I was apathetic to it. Don't care about that. Does Assassin's Creed Revelations Gold add new story arcs besides the DLC? This is readily available information. You can find this on the wiki. You can find this by Googling. You can find this anywhere. That's worthless. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 19. Okay, so getting a little better, right? Let's move on to the next one. Old AC or new AC? It's a good one. Improvements for future Assassin's Creed installments. It was posted 16 hours ago. It has 0 votes and 1 comment. People saw this and they decided they hated it. We got Rogue as a free download on Xbox, DLC downloaded content in-game, tech support, useless. No physical release. Meta, out of game, just, you know what I mean. This has nothing to do with the actual game, or the story, or gameplay, or characters, or anything. What's New Game Plus? You don't need to ask that question here. So I tried to draw Desmond. Hey, content, good. If you own Syndicate, I highly recommend buying Dreadful Crimes. Possibly discussion. Can complete Paint the Town Red. Bugs, glitches, useless. I appreciate the fact that UB included Spring Heel Jack. Discussion. We got a gameplay revolution. Now we need a story revolution. This has 33 comments and 90 upvotes. People engaged with this and they decided they loved it. I'll actually put 2 dots on this for being a post representative of what the subreddit was like before all this. What has been going on in the present timeline? 7 comments, 3 upvotes. Maybe. Is the AC Ultimate Edition? Purchasing questions. Worthless. Ezio Collection character faces seem wonky. Nitpicky kind of tech stuff. Worthless. Please explain saves and checkpoints in AC4. Maybe. Update on free copy from Project Stream. Purchasing acquisition stuff. Useless. Trying to find the wet whale in AC4. Maybe. Has anyone had an issue with Nestor? Bug. Useless. Special edition stuff. Useless. Who rules Kefalonia? A genuine question. So, on page 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. 9 out of 19. Okay. That's fine. And this one's, we have one really solid one. One really solid one. So far, out of everything we've seen so far, we have one that's like super strong. Good. But we're on page 3. That kind of took a while. We're on page 4 now. We are going to take a look at the rest of this. So, spoilers, finish chapter 9. Thoughts. This is good, but... No, hold on. It's not my highlighter. This is good. However, if this was a post made before the fall, I call it, this would have way more discussion. People want to discuss endings for games. One sec, my voice is fucked up. People normally want to discuss endings for games, or if not endings, I don't know if Chapter 9 is the ending. I can't be asked to remember that kind of thing. Let's actually take a look at it. Yes, it's the ending. Normally there would be much more discussion about something like this. And the game has been out for a while. It's been out long enough to have New Game Plus. It's been out long enough to have a bunch of post-game content. It's been out long enough to have DLC start coming out. And people aren't talking about the ending. I wonder why. Very weird. Assassin's Creed controls throughout the entire series. Interesting. 33 comments, but only 4 votes. People engaged with it a lot, and they decided it was quite controversial. We'll be able to post gameplay screenshots from AC3 Remastered here. Useless. Why wouldn't you be able to? As long as it's high quality content, share your work. But if you're just posting shit for self-promotion when it's like not very good, when you haven't put in all your effort into it, don't. Why am I not allowed to jump when I want to? This is actually a good question, and it's like it's downvoted to hell. Why? This is a good question. Hey buddy, Splendid Edge, did you know that back when Assassin's Creed used to be awesome, you could jump whenever you wanted to? And it was actually really helpful and let you achieve certain things in gameplay that today's players just can't even imagine? Question for all you high-level Odyssey players. Possible spoilers. Okay. I'm curious. No. This one's not very good. Oh yeah, by the way, we're on 4. Okay, this one's not very good. It's literally just asking, oh, did I miss anything? And you don't need to ask that question here. The game itself pretty much tells you everything, as long as you go through your quest menu, as long as you open your map and look for icons. I don't consider this meaningful content. AC Odyssey won the Steam 2018 Best Alternate History Award. This is a wonderful achievement for us, but it's not exactly something I care about. Do you only need AC Odyssey? Like, it's not exactly a discussion-worthy topic, even though You wouldn't know that by the 114 comments. Do you only need AC Odyssey Season Pass to get AC3 Remastered? Tech support or purchase question. Assassin's Creed screen captures turn into works of art. Article. External source. This has nothing to do with our community. Thoughts about the Creed. Good. My New Game Plus wishlist. Mechanics, maybe. Potentially. Okay, what's this? Just a random anecdote from someone who shared their experience. I don't think this is bad content. I wouldn't discourage this kind of content, but, you know, need help making canon appearances. Okay, that's maybe alright. It's not good for me, but I understand that people can enjoy this kind of thing, and it has a little bit of engagement. Really struggling with Autogish, the bright one. Possible, I might actually help this person out later. AC Rogue brought back my love for the older Assassin's Creed games. Good. AC4 PS3 cover scan. Completely unrelated to actual games. Side quests. Question. I consider this vaguely tech supporty in nature. Upgrading AC Black Flag from Standard Edition to Gold Edition. Purchase questions. I think the new lighting engine for AC3 Remastered looks great, but people deserve to know about these kind of doubts. Okay, so page 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So at least half of everything is junk. And so far we've only had one post that's like, you know, quote unquote legendary in quality. Let's move on to page 5. Okay. AC2 with a PS4 controller. Tech support. AC Origins on a graphics card. Tech support. Took me over 200 hours to find out I can aim and shoot with my bow while in midair. This is like a PSA or a TIL, but it's fine. It helps people. Was the Cold War a proxy war itself? Actual discussion. My take on the new RPG style. Actual discussion. AC Origins. Instant stopping after a run. No inertia. Useless. Runs on core tech support. Useless. I don't know how to progress. I like the fact that this person was so genuine and authentic, so no, I'm not going to scratch that one out because maybe people really do need that kind of help. The benefits and dangers of the Animus. Wow. Legendary. That's true. That's a true AC subreddit post right there. Is it better to go for a fire or poison build? You're on thin ice. I usually build stuff, I just scratch out it. No, actually, fuck it. We're not here to be nice. We're here to tell the truth. Especially because this kind of thread. Let me show you something. Do you see this right here? You see this search Assassin's Creed thing? Yeah. Let's actually just open a new tab and go to our search Assassin's Creed thing. I'm gonna leave this shit on the screen so that I don't have to lose it, but fire poison, right? Sort by relevance from all time. The nerf fire poison damage. Is it necessary to have fire poison damage? Fire and poison engraving skills. ACO, poison or fire damage. AC Odyssey, by the way, odd. How much poison fire damage? Does anyone actually use fire poison? There are so many threads, right? You can look at these, you can click on them. You can look at what people say. Why do you have to make a new one? Stop. Anyway. What are your thoughts on Aya? Discussion. My thoughts are she's fucking awesome. Chest was supposed to contain an epic, it gave me a rare. Bug. Useless. Order of the Storm rewards. I don't consider that useful. Having trouble reaching Mercenary Tier 1. Help. I don't care. I bought the Season Pass. Useless. Acquisition purchase information. Origin side quest really hit me. This one was an amazing post. That's great. Please add a first-person mode to the X-Plane Discovery Tour. Useless. They likely will do that anyway. Dagger visual customization list. Missing a dagger. Useless. Beating Origins on Nightmare with a twist. That's a clever little post. I actually engaged with this one a bit. So on page 5 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 19. And we have 2 legendaries. Right? We're on page 5. We only have 3 really high quality posts so far. Now again, I am looking at new, so that's going to color the frequency with which these appear. But that doesn't really matter because I can see them, like, just from the title. Just from the title, like, well, this one not so much, but when something has a 900 upvotes, you're gonna click on it, right? And then you're gonna look at it and you're gonna see what it's about. But something like this one, The Benefits and Dangers of the Animus, that's genuine discussion of the Assassin's Creed universe. This is the second time it's happened. We're 5 pages in. Let's move on to page 6. About level scaling. Help. No. Modern day story between sequence 5 and 6. Am I attempting something before its time? A decent question, I guess. Only ever played the first AC, but would like to try out Black Flag. Is the story of Black Flag independent from other titles, or is there an ongoing story? This is something you don't need to come here to ask. Checking back with people. Spoilers. I don't know what this is, but I wouldn't click on it normally. Yeah, I don't care about this one. How does AC multiplayer work? Hey, discussion of multiplayer. Where's the leader's house in Arcadia? It's, again, this is like a self-serving, can you help me post. Anyone playing Odyssey with a Ryzen 5 1400? Tech support. Having a slight problem with the game. Tech support. Why does Odyssey exist? That's a big fucking mood, but it's useless. It doesn't... What do you hope to achieve with a post like this, with a title like this? Like, no matter how much I relate, I recognize this is garbage. Odyssey, Hunt, 2 worlds, which order? I don't care. Does anyone know any cool looking ways to kill enemies in Black Flag? I mean, sure, fine. Odyssey unplayable, tech support. Anyone get their hands on the Ezio collection? Yes, lots of people. Ubisoft, please let me take a raft out to sea. Stupid. AC3 Remastered actually looks worse. Tech stuff. What games should I play? There is Hold on. Submission guidelines. Frequently asked questions. Posts asking questions such as, what order should I play the games in? Or what game... Like, there is literally a rule. There's literally a rule. Why? Oh my god. We're on 6, right? Yeah. Holy shit. So this is worthless. New Game Plus out this month. Okay. Here we're gonna get into a little bit of nuance. Now, before I move into this, I'm gonna say nothing personal. Literally, like, this is just pure logic, right? There's no emotion right here. There's no personal grudge or nothing of that sort, because I know this kind of thing can get misinterpreted. This post is not very useful. Like, and the reason it's not very useful is not because it won't generate good discussion, but because it takes a sticky slot. Now, this is what I talked about before. The AC subreddit is kind of like between a rock and a hard place, right? Because when official information is released by Ubisoft or by Dom or another community manager, it's extremely important that people get eyeballs on it. It's extremely important that players and users and Redditors are able to see this information because, you know, it's official info. We need to know these things, right? And the only way to make sure that a post doesn't get drowned out by the inevitable flood of bullshit that is the AC subreddit right now is to sticky it, to pin it to the top, right? But the problem with that is, more often than not, the posts that end up being stickied and the posts that stay stickied are just these press releases or these informative posts from Ubisoft, which means that in the sticky slots, there is no room for the AC subreddit moderation team to, you know, to pick a post that they choose to be like, hey, you know, we really want to see discussion around this. You know, let's say every week there's like one post that's really, really cool, and it's always sticky, it's always at the top, and everybody flocks to it to have meaningful, proper, genuine discussion. And again, even that is more of a band-aid fix. But the problem is you can't fix humans. You can't fix all the hundreds of people that go into new and make a bunch of posts about tech support and make a bunch of posts about things that don't matter. So it's still a band-aid fix, but at least it's something. At least you can sticky a meaningful discussion. But the problem with stickying meaningful discussion is that you actually can't do it, and you can't do it because you only have 2 sticky slots, and both of them are taken up by official information. So as you can see, it's like, where do I place guilt here? It's impossible. That's why I said that it's not personal, it's just pure logic. It's just unfortunate. It's an unfortunate side effect of how the subreddit framework and the subreddit structure works, and how the overall Reddit structure works. I really think that, and I mean, this message isn't going to get anywhere important. This message isn't going to get anywhere that can have an impact, but yeah, that's a problem. The fact that we only have 2 sticky slots and that they're always taken up by some official Ubi, press release, that even that doesn't really engender too much discussion. It's just kind of like, oh, here's a trailer. This is out. Or, oh, here's New Game Plus. It's, in effect, it's just marketing. It's just advertising. Yeah, it's letting us know about features or upcoming, elements of Assassin's Creed, but none of it engenders discussion on things that we already have, things that exist in front of us right now. And that's what we're lacking. And then these two, yeah, I don't really care about either. But the answer to this one is yes, you can get Athenian seals from a fort you already completed. You just have to kill the polemarch. But yeah, on page 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 19. And yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know what can be done about all this. I don't know what the moderation team can even attempt here. Like, I just don't understand what we can possibly do. Like, we're getting flooded by all of these posts that don't even really have to do with the actual game. That's the issue. And I think that the kind of game that Assassin's Creed Odyssey is, it really takes its toll. And before you say that, oh, I just looked at new, of course it's going to be a bunch of drivel. Remember what I said, new is what determines the health of the subreddit, because these are the posts that are actually being made. It doesn't matter how much you upvote or downvote something. It doesn't matter how little or how much you comment on something. It doesn't matter, because the post has been made. It's in the ecosystem. And in around, in the AC1 to AC Origins era, right? Even in Origins, like, you can just compare the difference between AC Origins state of the subreddit and AC Odyssey state of the subreddit. They're so different. Even in Origins, there was so much discussion about gameplay, about, oh, how can you combine mechanics together like this? It's not just about gear. It's not just about a skill you unlock. It's how do you use the full breadth of your character? It's, oh, let's examine Aya, right? Let's examine the hidden ones, and let's look at how the pain of losing Hemu affected Bayek and Aya in profound ways. Let's look at their doomed bond, like how much they both love each other, but they can't be together, right? Like, there was all this stuff, there were all these tricks, like, oh, did you know that you can throw a sleep dart into fire and it'll create a sleep cloud? And did you know that you could do it off of your own torch, right? And then people would share all their little anecdotes and stories, right? It's just so different, whereas nowadays it's just, I can't unlock this lieutenant. Ubisoft Club isn't working. This game is super buggy. It's not running properly on my computer. I'm getting low frame rates. This quest isn't resolving correctly. The one post I saw on discussion of the ending had like 7 comments or something. What is that? Why? Why don't people want to talk about the game's ending? Why don't people want to talk about the game's story? I wonder if there's something to that. Right? I don't understand. Like, Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. It got a bit ranty at the end, but I don't know. I don't know what can be done. Like, if we had more sticky slots, I would just be like, tech support thread in here. Don't you fucking dare put questions like that anywhere else. Something. Actually, even that just by itself would go such a long way, because that's the most of what we're flooded with. Like, anything related to like bugs or help thread. Yeah, I would just say a help thread to encompass as much of it as possible. But yeah, that's it. Turul, I'm sorry, man. I just trashed your place, but I know I'm not gonna put you on blast, and I'm not gonna say too much, but some of the talks that you and I have had, like, I know that sometimes you get as frustrated with it as I do. Actually, you get more frustrated with it than I do, because you have to manage this place. You get the full blast of it. You get the full brunt of all this crap that just gets thrown your way. Like, you get all the complaints, you get all the junk posts, you get all the like random ass bigots that like post a thing that we don't even see. So big thank you to you and Treviso and White Wolf and I believe Assassinos. No? Let's remove all that. Let's just give a shout out to all these people. Like, yeah, thank you Turul, thank you Ghost Leader, Mikaisen Burglar, Trevi, Assassinos, White Wolf. You people do an amazing job. And the reason the subreddit is the way it is isn't because you guys aren't trying hard. It's because it is so horrifically unmanageable as a result of the kind of content that gets posted, that despite your best efforts, you are still overwhelmed and you are still overrun, and there's only so much you can do, and you're already doing incredible. Again, like, to everyone else that's watching this video, I really need to impress upon you just how much of the bullshit we don't even see, just how much horrible content that these brave people right here, right, all these people keep away from us. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I don't know if this helped at all. Hopefully it does something, and I'll see you guys later.